If you want a refined, high status, and controlled aesthetic, Hannibal Lecter is a great reference point. Not for the obviously fictional extremes, but because his look is built on one idea: everything is intentional. He doesn't rely on flash or looking intimidating. He just shows up polished, presentable, and composed, and that does the work for him. Start with grooming, because this is where the Hannibal vibe is easiest to copy. The haircut should be classic and clean, rather than trendy. A tidy taper and a structured shape instantly makes you look more put together. Nothing messy and nothing overly casual. He has the kind of grooming that fits a high-level professional who takes himself seriously. And the clean shave matters. Hannibal's face always looks sharp and exposed in a good way. Being clean shaven draws attention to your facial structure and keeps the overall impression crisp. If you've got decent bone structure, you want it visible, not softened by inconsistent stubble. His physique is another subtle part of the formula. He looks lean, capable, and athletic, like strength is there if needed, but never exaggerated. That's why the best approach is not being overly bulky, but being lean and muscular. Around 12 to 15% body fat is a good range for this look, because you'll appear sharp in clothing without giving off starve-maxing vibes. You want a body that suits tailored clothes and clean lines. Training should be balanced and controlled, with strength work that builds posture and shape, plus conditioning to keep you agile. Style is where the Hannibal aesthetic becomes unmistakable. His suits are iconic because they signal status without screaming for attention. The takeaway here is simple: buy fewer pieces, but just make sure that they fit properly. A well-tailored suit instantly elevates your presence more than any trendy outfit. Stick with timeless colors like navy, charcoal, deep neutrals, and subtle patterns. The goal here is understated excellence. Your clothes should look expensive, even if they're not, purely because the fit and structure are right. Add simple and clean accessories if you want, but keep them minimal. The suit is the main focal point of this look, not the extras. But the most important part of this look is his energy. Hannibal is calm, measured, and emotionally, he's hard to read. He doesn't fill silence, and he doesn't over-explain. That's why the always say less than necessary idea fits him so well. In real life, this translates to slowing down your speech, keeping your tone even, and being comfortable leaving space in the conversation. People read calmness as control. If you seem unhurried and selective with your words, people assume that you're higher status. You can also see hints of dark triad traits in the way that he presents himself. He's confident, self-controlled, and thinks strategically. The useful part isn't manipulation, it's restraint. It's the ability to stay composed and thoughtful, even when others are being reactive. And finally, the diet angle. Obviously, I'm not promoting anything extreme. The real lesson here is that Hannibal is a skilled chef, which is a subtle but massive part of his overall appeal. Being able to cook well signals taste, patience, competence, and a higher standard of living. The modern version is learning to prepare a handful of high-quality dishes confidently. It adds to the overall identity because it shows that your standards aren't just public, they're part of how you live. So if you want to Looksmaxx like Hannibal in a realistic way, think precision all around the board. Clean grooming, a lean athletic build, timeless tailored style, calm controlled presence, and competence that shows you have standards beyond the obvious. It's a quiet and adult form of Looksmaxxing, nothing loud or performative, just consistently sharp. If you found this video helpful, make sure to like and subscribe, and comment down below who should I cover next. Until next time.